life became any of your business. You keep on running.
Welcome back to Between the Takes. I am here with Jenni Schick.
Schick, like the razor.
Got it right. That's like 2 in a row that I have not been sure how to say their last name, but I got it right. Leah Menaker and Jenni Schick are the two that I was like, ooh.
You did so good. I'm so proud of you.
I try. My mom taught me how to read. But thank you so much for coming on. Please just, if you can, just give like a little brief background of yourself, like who you are.
My name's Jenni Schick, and I've been singing for a long, long time. I was on American Idol in 2012, and I've been in cover bands up and down the East Coast. I was in the DC area for 10 years, and I've released, this year I released 3 songs on my own, independent artist, and and I reached a milestone. I now have 10 songs out, which is huge.
Nice.
I'm really excited about that.
I think a lot of artists don't get to 10 songs. It's like how it's like with podcasts. If a podcast gets past 50 episodes, you are in like the top 10% of podcasts that ever existed.
Yeah. So I've released an EP in 2013. That was my first 5 songs, and since 2022, I think I've been releasing like 1 or 2, and this year I released 3. And next year I have plans to record and release either an EP or an album. So I'm very excited.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Are all 3 of the songs that you did today out already?
Yep. Those are the ones.
What were the names of those again?
Talk is Cheap came out this April, and then Never Felt So Low came out July. And then the last one, Killing Me, came out in September. And that one, Killing Me, I just did my first music video ever, which was cool. I worked with Mixed Nuts Production. He's actually a videographer who works for the Phillies. And I know, I got so lucky.
That's cool.
I ran into him at an open mic night called Going Acoustic with Quigs, which Cat Rivers runs. And that's where I met him. And it's a great little thing. They do it, I think, 4 times a year in Philly. And it's a great little networking thing for artists, and like they have poetry and musicians and videographers, so I highly suggest going to that. Yeah.
I might have to make my way over there. Dang, I didn't even know about that. I'm gonna ask you more about that later off camera.
Yeah. The next one's in December.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
That one I might be able to make. But yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, all 3 of those songs were really good. I love the I know it's the sad song, but Never Felt So Low was so good.
Thank you.
The ukulele sounds cool on it.
Thank you. I wrote it on ukulele. I don't think I'm not sure if there's a ukulele in the actual recording. I think we did actually ended up being it. But that song is really special to me. I wrote it with my friend Dana Mixad when I was still in the DC area, and she tells me she's not a songwriter, and I forced her to. I'm like, so I did split rights with her. She wrote the lyrics on that, and I wrote all the chords, and she's very, hi Dana. She's very aware. She's very, very aware that it's recorded, and and I have permission, not all of that stuff. I wanted to make that clear. I'm not stealing anyone's songs. That song's really special because she came over and she told me she wasn't a songwriter. I was like, we're gonna write a song together, and we sang together in a cover band. And I just started playing on ukulele, and I was like, what does it sound like? And she's like, it kind of sounds happy, but like sad at the same time. I'm like, okay, well, let's write something. And so it's kind of about being depressed, even though you don't really have a right to be. And I'm not going to tell her story about it, but basically when you make choices that are poor choices and you end up in a place in your life where you don't really have a reason to complain because every decision you made, was your decision and you got there, but you're still depressed. And you could be, we were envisioning like sitting by the ocean and like in a place that you love, and just not being able to appreciate it because you're depressed. And isn't that what depression's all about?
Yeah.
A brout.
That's what it's about. Yeah. Oh, that's such a good picture to go along with it. Sometimes knowing like the actual meaning behind the song that you wrote, it makes you appreciate it more.
I love that song so much. And I love Dana. That's all.
No, not a songwriter, my butt. Okay.
Yeah, Dana.
Yeah, Dana. Come on.
I'm going to send links to this for her. Be like, Dana, I talk about you all the time. Anyway.
That's funny. But you were telling me that you're actually based out of Delaware right now.
Yep, not from Delaware. People are like, you're from Delaware. I'm like, no, I live in Delaware.
No,
I
people
love
from Delaware look way less appealing.
That's a stereotype. There is a Delaware stereotype. But I honestly love Delaware. I think it's an underrated state. People, you laugh.
You don't have to sell me on it. Like, I know the no sales tax is great, but that's about it.
Well, people just don't care. It's so small. You can't like talk trash about people because you'll end up seeing them again. And like, so one of my friends moved from Philly to Delaware, and one night she was going out on a date and she's like, is this too much? Like, she was very dressed up, and I was like, yes and no. And what I mean by that is no one's gonna blink an eye if you're in a formal gown at the local dive bar, because there's not too many places to go in Delaware, and if you wanna dress up, people are like, cool. So it's kind of like a cool, like,
You just have to do it.
like, and nobody's gonna judge you, which is what I love. People just stay in their lane and just, they're like, oh, that's interesting. Cool, bye. Like, nobody cares. And that's kind of, it was a great landing place for me after the DC area, which is.
DC is a wild music environment. I'm surprised that it has a music scene at all.
It does have a little one, but it's very cliquey and it's hard to get into. And I was in Northern Virginia and I was a teacher at the time. So like putting myself out there, especially if any songs were like controversial or like too sexual or had a swear word. When you're teaching elementary school music, you have to watch out for that. So I had a lot of anxiety about putting my original music out because of the environment I was in, if that makes any sense.
No, it does. It definitely does. I've worked with some people where we had projects we made and they're like, I love it. Thank you so much for having me be a part of it. But I can't ever share this with anybody because of my career. And I'm like, dang, okay, well, there goes half of the market of what we were doing.
Yeah, but art should never be filtered. And it should not necessarily, like, people need to separate sometimes, especially with the world of social media. Like, you have to put yourself out there. And sometimes it's just a way of processing an emotion. It's not necessarily a representation of who you are as a person or who you are at work. And like, it's really hard when you're working with children.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of upsides to social media when it comes to like, it's easier for an indie artist to make it now, I think, than before. It's also harder for them to make it now than before. It's just different ways. But I think as an artist, being able to, you're limited and not limited at what your audience can be, because you do have to think about those ramifications when it comes to social media, because yes, everything is out there and you can reach anybody, but that means you can reach anybody.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. My kids definitely started finding me on social media. But now it's okay because I'm far enough removed from it and I'm not teaching anymore, which I'm much happier. Not because I didn't love the students. The students were never the problem. Teaching was never the problem. But everybody knows teachers leave in droves every year because of all the BS.
Yeah, that is the unfortunate circumstances of teaching. Yeah. But you also had a dream. You had your own career that you're trying to shoot for.
I always said, how can I tell a child to go after what they want if I don't do it myself? And that was a main reason for me to quit teaching. Is a calling never stops calling, and I knew I had to be a musician full time.
I love that. That's a good saying, though. How can I tell someone to follow their dreams when I don't?
Yeah.
Ooh.
How can you support other people if you're not supporting yourself? You got to live fully and truly in order to help other people.
Dang.
I know.
Call them out. Call them out, Jenni. Call them out, Jenni.
It's a lot of pressure. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way, but be authentic. Be you. I support you.
Yeah. Dang. I love that. So you were talking about how the industry, especially, or the music scene in DC was very cliquey. You mentioned something about creating your own scene in Delaware, specifically based around women.
Yeah. So I started the Women's Musician Coalition this year, 2025. Yeah. Just this year. And it's basically an open mic night that we do the second Tuesday of every month to encourage, first of all, females not to quit the music scene, females to go into it, and to give a safe space to meet other people. So it's a networking open mic event. And it's been really great. I met so many females who feel boxed out and don't know how to get started. And some of them are just starting. We have performers and females as young as 8 years old who've come out and sang. Very cute. And we have women, I don't ask age, but much older women, and they talk about the ageism in the music industry and how they can't get gigs anymore because they're old, they've aged out. And good music should be good music at whatever age you are. And
Facts.
so it's and then there's everyone in between. There's people who are just starting songwriting. Sam and Michaela are doing a really good job of trying to get in there and work on their craft. And I've had people like Abby Lee, Riley Lauren, Kat Rivers out there. And it's just a really great event to meet other female musicians. And if you want to try something in front of an audience, it's a really safe environment. I do it at Home Base Delaware, which is my boyfriend's bar.
Hey.
I know, but it has a nice natural clientele who are music appreciators anyway. So it's not just women in there. It's also men who are just coming to watch female performers. And we love our males who support us. We're not trying to exclude anyone. And I've also thought about doing an open mic for just men sponsored by the Women's Musician Coalition, but I don't know if men will buy into that. I'm not sure, and it's a big risk for me to do. So I have lots of ideas.
Yeah. Maybe you could even try just doing an open mic instead of it being just women's open mic. It's just anybody can sign up.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a woman for this one.
Yeah. I definitely want to keep the female one. And I explained this only because as a woman walking into a room as a musician, you're always perceived. And I don't by your looks. And the best way I can explain it is when you walk into a guitar class for the first time, it's mostly men usually. And they have two thoughts. They're like, oh, cool, a chick with a guitar. Or what is she doing here? Mm-hmm. And there's not really anything in between. There's not just, oh, cool, a person learning guitar. And it's not that anybody means to do that. It's just harder to have the confidence to go and do new things as a female in music. And so that's why it's really important to have a safe space to just come in where people are supportive no matter what. And I think it's the same with men too. When men are starting out, they need a safe space too. I just don't think they're perceived.
It's a little more easier to find that as a guy.
Yes.
If I'm speaking as a guy, it's easier to find that than I would expect as a woman.
Yeah.
Because I mean, at some point in everyone's life, they have unfortunately had the exact sentiments you're thinking about, whether or not they still hold them. I know I have had a sentiment like that in the past, but even doing things like the futon sessions, it has helped me so much with just, let me see what you got. I don't care about anything else.
Yeah.
Just show me what you can do.
Yeah, it's, and I don't, I don't think it's intentional, and I don't think it's ill-mannered. I think we can't control our thoughts all the time. And I just think girls need a little support sometimes. That's all.
Yeah. And how are you even going to get anyone to change their mind from thinking that way if you don't have the chance to teach them?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not insulted. Anyway, we got big plans in the future for the Women's Musician Coalition. I'm very excited about it.
We'll try to have links to that as well in the description so you guys can find that. You should think about maybe bringing that to Philly too.
I would love to. I have to find a venue. So
I've heard Fat Lady Brewing is it's got a really good open mic scene. There's an open mic that happens there. I wonder if they'd be interested in something like that.
Yeah.
And that's over in Manayunk.
Yeah, I've seen it, and I've been meaning to go. I mean, I try to go to one open mic night a month, but I get tired.
How dare you?
I get tired when I work 4 or 5 days a week, and then Monday rolls around, and I only have Monday and Tuesday off. I work Wednesday through Sunday most of the weeks performing. I'm a full-time musician.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just need to sleep, and I need a day to reset and video edit and not get dressed.
100%. Listen, today's a Monday, by the way. I slept until noon today because of how long the weekend was. Monday is my Saturday, and that's what you have to accept as a musician sometimes.
Yeah, Monday, Saturday, and Tuesday is Sunday, if I have both days off in a row.
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting point. Shifting now to that a little bit, as a full-time musician, you don't have the regular day-to-day schedule. You don't have the same flow as everyone else. How do you feel you've adjusted to that versus being in that 9-to-5 flow?
Oh, I love it. I'm not a morning person. I've never been a morning person. When I was teaching and had to be at school at 8 a.m., my kids actually knew, and this was elementary school students, knew that the worst thing that you could do was knock over my coffee. And that's how well they knew me. They knew I was not a morning person. The first 2 classes, it took me just to wake up. I was still a good teacher, but there were some days they're like, we'll be really quiet, Miss Schick. And I'm like, oh my God, am I that obvious? Yes, I was. So I love not having the 9 to 5, but it is, I mean, I'm a hard worker. I'm very disciplined.
Yeah.
And I also have like that negative thought process where I'm like, you're not doing anything. And I have to like talk back and be like, you deserve rest. I feel like the voices in my head are always battling. Like, you need to do more. You need to do more. You're like wasting your day. You're wasting your time. And I'm like, I need to sleep and I need to reset and I need to rest. And also what we do as musicians is a lot of energy. Like, you have to be on when you're at work. I have to be ready to perform. Even if I'm just doing acoustic covers, I think I said this to you earlier. It's a lot of, I call it emotional prostitution, which I don't think is allowed to say on YouTube.
I don't care.
I mean, yeah. Anyway, S worker, whatever, emotional, whatever. You basically have to give the audience, it's all about them. And you have to give them, leave them with a feeling so they come back. You're not doing your own original music, so they're not coming to see your original music. You have to like take the requests. You have to be on point. You have to look good. You have to talk to people. You have to do everything and you have to be personable. And sometimes I'm grouchy after that. And I'm an introvert, so I need to like re-up my battery. It's just a lot of being on. So I definitely tell myself it's okay to rest. It's okay to take a day off. It's okay. But that's definitely a struggle. I'm a workaholic. Everybody in my life knows it. So I've learned to just accept that some days you just have to relax.
That is something important to do. I've found myself in the exact same world of like being full-time freelance, full-time audio, video, whatever, trying to get the studio going, working on futon sessions, doing my own live gigs, any other side jobs I have, thinking that if I have downtime, I'm like failing. I'm going to fall apart. Like it's not working out if I have downtime. And then I'm also like, oh no, you need rest time. But then I also convince myself in that moment when I argue about like I need a break, I'll be like, oh, but what if you're that guy who just always says, oh, I deserve a break and you're taking too many breaks?
Well, and
you're getting yourself in a cycle of it.
And it's also like when you're in charge of your own business, nothing gets done unless you do it. You always have a giant list of things to do. Like I always have a video I need to edit. I always have someone I need to respond to in emails. I always need to be reaching out to new bars so that when one drops music, I have something in my back pocket. I'm always thinking about new ways to get, I don't know, new fans, merch, how to sell merch. I hate selling merch, by the way. I am not a salesperson. Buy my t-shirts. They're in my closet. Anyway. But yay. But there's just always a list of things to do. And if you don't do it, they don't get done. And so to sit and do nothing when you always have something to do is very hard. But, you know, that's okay. That's okay.
Jenni, it's been a lot of fun having you on. Like the whole session was a lot of fun from you showing us your onion rings. Check out the onion rings.
I have onion ring earrings. They're really cool. They feel like onion rings too, and they have ketchup on them.
She took them off and had us like hold them. They do feel like onion rings.
They're
It's
really
crazy.
cool.
The texture's wild. But from that to like just the songs and this conversation, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you. Thank you for making the drive up. I didn't realize you were coming from Delaware.
Delaware, we got to represent.
I'm so glad that like I've told people before, I always feel like I'll get into a friend group, get everybody in that friend group on the sessions, and then somehow that breaks me into the next friend group. I didn't realize that I had gotten into one with Riley, Abby, and now you, and with some of the people we were talking about, they will be coming on as well.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited to reach out to some of the people you showed me.
I'm just gonna send you a whole bunch of videos and be like, this person's good, this person's great, this person's great.
Please
this person's
do.
great.
There are so many artists that I've had on just because a friend suggested them to me, like a mutual friend. So that's always welcome, please.
If there's anything I've learned definitely this year is music is all about networking and community. If you do not, and it's our responsibility to create community. It's in this world where you can watch whatever you want on the TV. You can get like, there's something so valuable about coming out and meeting other people and growing your community. And I cannot say that enough. Go out and see live music. Don't watch it on your phone because you get so much out of the other people involved. And they get, it's mutual. It's not like you're energy sucking. It's just, that's what community is all about, is
You feed off each other.
Yeah, meeting each other, building each other up, creating, like, in this world where we feel so isolated and there's so much negativity and war and awful things going on, all we can do is get together and lift each other up and find friendship and support each other.
Collaboration over isolation.
Yeah.
Humans are social creatures.
Yeah, and we've lost that. We're getting more and more isolated. And there's nothing wrong with the social media culture and I love having...
Like we said, it helps artists, but it hinders artists.
Yeah.
Like there's goods and pros and cons to all of it.
I've been studying TikTok strategies. I told you this. And the one that made me crash out was post 4 times a day. And I can't.
You said not even just 4 times a day once. It was 4 times a day for 60 days. I don't think I have enough videos for that if I tried.
Well, they did say you can reuse videos, but I'm crashed out. I gave up on life for 12 hours. And I was like, I'm not doing it.
Especially when TikTok doesn't like you scheduling posts. They want you to do it. If you schedule it, they won't push it.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
It's really irritating. I can schedule Instagram. I got Instagram. I got that under control, but that also shows my age.
Well, you heard it, guys. Go to her TikTok and start watching every video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, follow her. Follow the Futon Sessions on TikTok also. I finally started that. I've got 50 followers, but that's better than I thought I would get after a week.
You're going to get 2 more.
2 more. 2 more. Let's go. Jenni, again, thank you for coming on. Thank you for being just so much fun to interact with. This conversation, it was a wealth of knowledge, but it was a wealth of entertainment as well.
Thank you so much. I'm known for my personality.
It's a good personality, honestly.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
This is great.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions for Jenni, please leave them down below. Maybe she'll answer them. Maybe she won't. Maybe I'll forget to send her the link to this video. Who knows?
Who knows what happens? We're busy.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time.
And it's killing me that you don't. Not even a little bit. And it's killing me